Hello everyone, welcome back to Twisted Serenity. Thanks for clicking on my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I created some easy, beautiful, neutral fall decor. Now remember, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that bell notification to be notified when I post my next video. So with that being said, sit back and relax or craft with me. Let's get started. Okay, so for this first one, we have like this picture frame, and it looks like wood, but it's not wood. It's more, it has like a shiny like film on it. So if you do try to stain it, which I try to do, it's going to fail completely. You could paint it, but don't try to stain it. So I'm just going to remove it. I'm going to take off that rose because it is like a 3D rose. Then I'm going to give it 2 coats of some black chalk paint. So once I had it painted, I did a decal on my Cricut. And remember, if you don't have a Cricut, you could use stickers, you could use your printer. There's so many different techniques. I have did a bunch of different techniques in my previous videos that you could use if you don't have a Cricut. I didn't always have a Cricut, so I've always did like different alternatives. You can even write it if you want to. Now, once I had, this is so simple, once I transferred it on, I have these wood leaves, you guys. I have no idea where I got these wood leaves from. I know that they were in my stash. They've been in my stash for years. I have no idea where I got them from. Like I said, and I just painted them all different colors. I took some pumpkin by Waverly and I mixed it up with a little bit of burnt umber just to give me like a darker like orange. I have, you know, and all the rest of them are apple barrel colors, which I will link those colors down below. And remember, apple barrel colors are only like 54 cents, you guys. So now I'm just laying them out where I want the leaves to go. And then I take my glue gun and I do glue them right on to our sign. Now I take our frame and I pop in the sign right into our frame. And that is it for this one, you guys. How beautiful did this come out? Okay, you guys, on to the next one. I have some wood planks, the square ones from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take 2 out. Now, I'm taking 2 of the jumbo craft sticks, and I'm going to measure it down to exactly the height of our wood plank. Now, we're going to cut 4 pieces of these craft sticks out. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my Fabri-Tac glue and I'm going to run it on the edge of our wood plank. And then I'm going to lay it down and then I'm going to attach the craft stick right to it. And then I take a tumbling tower block and I'm going to glue it right into like around the middle just to give it some more reinforcement. I do the same thing to the other side as well. So I'm trying to build a little box here. So like I said, we cut out 4 pieces of those jumbo craft sticks. So I'm just laying 1 craft stick next to the other craft stick and then gluing in a smaller craft stick just to give it more reinforcement. You guys can see what I'm doing. It makes more sense watching than I do like when I speak it. Or when I say it, I should say. Now I'm gonna take our other wood plank and I'm just gonna glue it on just like I glued on our second plank. And I'm using the Fabri-Tac glue, you guys, and this stuff worked awesome. Like, I love this stuff, and I can't believe I never used it before. I'm taking more tumbling tower blocks, and I'm going to just put them in there for more reinforcement like I did to the other side as well. And it doesn't look pretty inside, but I promise you guys it's going to look so pretty on the outside. Now, I'm just taking some more craft sticks, and that's going to basically be our bottom. You guys could take a piece of wood, you know, and cut down a wooden plank. I just use some craft stick. That's going to be our bottom, and I'm going to sand it up with my nail filer. And you guys, sorry for all the noise in the back. That is my 2-year-old destroying everything like always. Okay, you guys, so I have like these thin craft sticks. They're like coffee stir sticks. Yeah, they're like that, coffee stir sticks. And I'm just going to measure 4 of them down, and I want them to go right around our border of our box. And you guys, I promise my fingernails are not dirty. Is that I've just been doing so many projects. And I promise that's paint. That is not dirt in my fingernails. So I sand up these coffee stir sticks. And now I'm just going to stain our entire box. Of course, I'm using Waverly wax. Then I'm going to take the coffee stir sticks and I'm going to paint them black. I wanted this to have like 2 different colors. Okay, so now that I have everything dried, I'm going to grab our coffee stir sticks or thin craft sticks, and I'm going to make a border or a frame around our box. Now I have this little metal thankful sign, and I pulled this off a pumpkin that I made in a previous video, and it had like screw things on the back of it. I'm just cutting those screw things down, and then I am going to paint this black as well. This is like a small version, like Dollar Tree has like the metal signs. This is exactly like that, but a very mini version of it. Now using some glue, I take that little metal sign and I attach it to roughly about the middle of our box. And now our little floral box, because that's what I'm trying to make here, you guys, a floral box, is complete. Now you guys don't judge me, because I do want to stick florals inside here, like I said. And I didn't have enough floral foam. Try to say that 3 times fast. And so you guys are going to see it's like pieces, but it worked. These are all the new stems that Dollar Tree brought out for fall time this year. And I just love them. I cut them up so I could put them in like different spots in our box. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just filling up our little floral box. And then I have like a little leather pumpkin. I put a little leather pumpkin and some Spanish moss in there. And that was it for this, you guys. How beautiful did this come out? Okay, so for our next one, I have like this cube foam dice that I got from Goodwill for only 10 cents. You guys, this project is so inexpensive and I love the way it came out. Now, I'm taking some chalk paint and I'm going to give this 2 coats just to cover up all the words on the foam. Now, I made sure that it was really, really dry, and I made different fall theme words using my Cricut, and I'm going to basically do a reverse stencil. So I transfer on the decal that I made with my Cricut, and like I said, I make sure the foam is really, really dry because that sucks up the paint, and the foam like does stay wet. So I transfer on the word, and then using some plaster chalk paint, I'm going to cover up the decal of the Cricut. Now, I don't give this I don't want to give it complete coverage because I want this to look distressed. So I do let a little bit of, you're going to see a little bit of the black pop out for each side of the cube that I do. And when I'm peeling, a little tip too, when I'm peeling off the words, like the decals, I let it dry just a little bit, but not too much, but it's not too wet either. I wanted it to have a little bit bleeding. Like I said, I wanted it to look distressed, so that's why I did it this way. Now I'm gonna go in with my blow dryer and make sure that it's completely all dried up. And then I am going to go in with whatever paint that's left on my paintbrush. I'm not adding more paint to it. And I'm just going to basically dry brush all the edges. Just make this look very distressed. And that is it for this one, you guys. How simple, inexpensive, and beautiful this came out. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, on to the next one, you guys. I have 2 books. These are from Dollar Tree. I don't want these. Obviously, these are hardcover books. I wish I had paperback, but I've had these in my stash, so I just want to use them up. I'm going to take my craft knife, and I am just going to break it. Well, cut it, I should say, just to take off the hardcover binding off of it. And I'm going to do this for both books. Now, when I pull them apart on the binding of it, it did have like that stickiness and all that. So I took some sandpaper and I cleaned that up as much as I could. Okay, so we have both books done. Now I'm going to go in with some antique white from Apple Barrel. And I'm going to paint both books. I'm going to paint, I painted the front and the back of it. You only need to paint like one side. Both sides don't need to be painted, but I always do that. If I'm going to paint something, I paint the whole entire thing. I painted the binding. I painted the pages. Not each one, but I just painted like the binding of the pages. And I did that for each book. So I did go in with my blow dryer and I made sure it was all dried up. Now I'm taking out my stamps, and these are stamps, I believe, from Michael's. And I am just going to take out, I want to spell out Autumn Harvest. So the way when I do stamping, I don't like to put like too much ink on the stamp, and I just try to line it up as best as I can. And if it's not lined up perfect, because mine are not lined up perfect, I feel like that's what gives it more character, and it gives it more of, my opinion, a better look. So I put autumn on one book and harvest on another. Now I wanted to keep these very simple, but when I painted them, the pages kind of like curled up a little bit. So I'm going in with my Elmer's purple like glue stick, and I'm just gonna glue those pages down, like the top pages, the ones that curled up, just to give it a nice, clean, secure look. Now this is completely optional, but I went in with my chippy brush and my antique wax, and I just gave them like a dry brush just to give them a distressed look. Now, like I said, I wanted to keep these very simple, so I just took some twine and using a little bit of glue to secure that twine in. I didn't glue the books together. I did not want to glue the books together because if I wanted to change them in different directions or whatever, I could just take apart the twine. And I just wrapped some twine around it. And that was it for this one, you guys. I love these. I really, really love these. I love how simple, inexpensive they were to make. And I just love that neutral look that it gives, and a high-end look that it gives to your decor. Okay, so this next one is going to be a fun one. This is just for those like wood icons. The container of those wood icons that Dollar Tree has. And they brought them out a lot for the springtime. And so this is just one of those. And I'm going to stain it using my Waverly wax. Now I have one of these for Easter time, but I wanted to make one for fall. So I stain it. And then I have these wood beads. And I wish I was looking for my wood beads in my stash, the ones that have like the round, like the doll head ones, but I couldn't find those, so these, I had to settle for these. And I just took out 4, and I'm going to paint them with some black paint. Now once everything dried, I'm just going to, using some hot glue, I'm going to glue those beads to each corner of the bottom of our little box. Now Dollar Tree does have a lot of fun like wood pieces for all their seasons, but for fall as well. And these come out like every year. I have some pumpkins, or they could be apples, and some mushrooms. But today mine are going to be pumpkins. Now I wanted to keep this all like neutral tone colors. So I'm just going to paint some of them, stain some of the mushroom tops with our antique wax, paint the stems brown. I paint one of the tops white, and then I paint the bottom black. So the 3 colors, I'm sorry, it's not white, it's plaster. Even the same thing with the pumpkins. And so I just use those 3 colors, and I just paint them, all our pieces, using those 3 specific colors. Like I said, I wanted to keep this very simple, but just for the mushrooms, just to give it a little bit something more to look like mushrooms, I just took a black paint pen for the white ones, and I just made like little dots on the top of it. And then like the mushroom tops that were black, I used a white marker, a white paint marker, to paint the little dots on top of it. Then I took all our little pieces, and I just placed them inside of each little slot of our little board. And that was it for this one, you guys. I love how stinking cute this is. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, you guys, I'm taking out my wooden eggs again. Now I'm going to take a couple of them out. And if you don't have the wooden eggs, I just wanted to do it with the wooden eggs because I like the way it looked. You could do plastic eggs, foam eggs. I know you guys have some in your stash because let me tell you, I have thousands, I think, at this point. And I'm going to stain these wooden eggs using some, of course, Waverly wax, you guys. Now, when they were all dried up, all I did was grab some thin twine, and with a little bit of hot glue, I started to wrap a little bit less than half the egg, because I wanted to make little acorns. I know people have done these with the plastic eggs. I really haven't seen anybody do them with the wood eggs, to be honest with you. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen anybody do them, and I wanted to really do them with the wooden eggs. Now, when I get to the top, I am using a little bit more hot glue on the top. I wasn't using it for every strand that I was wrapping. But when you get to the top, when you're wrapping up the inner of the circle, I just leave a little piece hanging out, because that could be the stem of the acorn. I know people have done like little loops with them. I just left like a little piece just sticking right out there. And I took my scissors, I just cut it off. And then I I just wrapped it up a little bit just to give it like more of a thinner, clean look. Because you know when you cut twine, all the little strands come off. But I did take my lighter and I did burn all the twine to give it a little bit more of a different tone and to burn the strings and a little bit of a mess of hot glue that I made. And I did this to all of our eggs. Okay, you guys, so I do break out the little mini foam eggs from Easter. I put them on a skewer stick and I paint them with some chalk paint in the color Plaster. I really like the way the little foam eggs look because it gives it more texture and it makes it look more realistic. Now, the only thing that's different, obviously, what I did first before I did like go in, I did give them the base coat to cover up all that glitter. And then once they're dried, I go over it with Antique Wax by Waverly. Then I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to take the twine and wrap it up. And that's it. Now I have 2 different sizes. And I love how both of them look. I cannot pick a favorite. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and turn on that bell notification to be notified when I post my next video. If anybody would like to buy me a coffee, help me out with craft supplies, I left the link in the description box. But you guys do enough just by supporting me. I want to thank everybody for the support and always supporting my page. I appreciate you guys so much. And as I always say, this world could throw you twists and turns, but always make good choices. To the next one, you guys.